Hi, everybody. This is Josh. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. So, you've probably noticed by now, if you watch my movie reviews, that I tend to see interesting, weird, under the radar movies, which is more and more movies these days. I've already discussed the weird state of the movie industry. But even in general, even 15 years ago, I would be seeking out art house, international movies, weird things, indie things that are not, major blockbusters. I have reviewed Dune 2 and Kung Fu Panda 4, so I'm not immune to franchise movie going. But as a general rule, I would prefer to see something small and unusual and interesting and new. This week, due to scheduling and just what's available at the Cineplex, I find myself with a ticket to see Ghostbusters Frozen Empire? Kingdom? I refuse to look that up. It's one of those two things. I think it's Empire because Kingdom gets used too much, but maybe it is Kingdom because Kingdom gets used too much. And I am not particularly excited about going to see this movie. I have not seen it yet. That's the weird thing I'm doing. I'm recording this right now before I see the movie tonight because the idea of going to see a Lego sequel movie kind of, out of duty and then recording a review of it. I'm not against criticizing something or, better yet, being wrong and saying that I had a great time. It just sounded like such homework to me, so I'm doing it a little differently. I'm going to have a little conversation right now about this particular franchise and my thoughts on it. And then I'm going to see the movie, and then if I choose to, I will come back and add something. So this video might end, and I might, you might only see me wearing this shirt, but if I go to see it relatively late tonight and then I record another thing tomorrow, you'll know. I'll do a follow-up. I know this is weird. I'm just trying to keep this fresh, and it sounded like such torturous homework to just see it and then give probably, a fairly cynical review. I don't enjoy, despite the fact that my channel, the roots of my channel are, an homage to Mystery Science Theater, I don't actually relish making fun of crappy movies, especially when they're new. That's fun. I feel like riff tracks helped a lot of us get that out of our system in those early years of riff tracks when they were riffing blockbusters and and we were reading Mike Nelson's movie Mega Cheese and Kevin Murphy's A Year at the Movies, and it's really, really fun to talk about deliciously bad movies. But at my age and my station and in my purpose in these particular videos, I would rather celebrate movies than denigrate them. I'm not like a Chris Stuckman. I don't have those millions of followers, but I like Chris Stuckman. I've watched him for a long time, and he is passionate about movies, and he's gone from being a critic who evaluates movies to now being trying to work his way into the industry. And so now he stopped evaluating movies. He's only going to talk about things that he's enthusiastic about because he wants to be in the industry and he can't burn bridges. I'm a little tiny corner of the internet with minuscule number of views. But I'm not interested either in the sensationalism of ripping movies to shreds. But I can be honest, right? I've been honest about some of the movies that I have not enjoyed. So Ghostbusters, Frozen Zone, I don't know, Frozen Place, I'm just not into it. I thought that Afterlife, the Lego sequel, the most recent reboot, to which this is a sequel, I felt like that movie defined what is wrong with the Lego sequel reboot nostalgia. It was so torturous. I thought it was way worse than the 2016 Ghostbusters, the Lady Ghostbusters, which so many people hated. I didn't think it was a great movie, but I was rooting for it, and it was fun, and it was a dalliance, and it was an attempt to have the kind of fun they were having in the original Ghostbusters. And that's my issue with Afterlife, and really what I'll be looking for when I go in to see Frozen Quadrant. The original Ghostbusters movies, which I grew up with, I saw Ghostbusters, the first one at a sleepover on VHS, on a big old wooden panel, CRT TV in a sleeping bag, and it scared the crap out of me, but it was awesome, and I wanted to be cool like those guys. And then I saw Ghostbusters 2, which is a lesser movie. I saw that in the theater with some friends. So Those movies were pretty big for me. They were fun, and what they were a vehicle for sardonic comedians, dude comedians, to have some fun filmmaking, to take their fame from the comedy TV shows they were on and to turn it into a blockbuster movie that was fun to see and make some jokes about ghosts and be cool and sardonic. To then make an overwrought Lego sequel reboot, that's based on heritage, that's directed by the son of the original director, that treats every little prop from those movies as an artifact with a ray of sunshine through the dust, landing upon it, alighting it. I found that to be so unbearable. And that movie was, I'm not going to look it up. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like it was 2 hours and 23 minutes or something like that, like every blockbuster movie has to be now. I did look up the new one, Frozen Wasteland. It is under 2 hours, just barely, but I appreciate that. That's where I stand on this franchise. It used to be special when Bill Murray showed up for something. I guess that's changed in the last number of years, so that's not so surprising. But it almost would have been better if he was too cool to participate in these movies. I found the stuff with the kids in Afterlife and all that preciousness to be unbearable. And then the last act where they bring in the old guys and the spoiler alert, the CGI Spangler ghost. Like I hated everything about that movie. I hated it top to bottom. It's not how I want movies to go. It's not where I want movies to go. It's not for me, and I'm fine with it not being for me. I'm not going to rant and call names or anything like that. So this new movie, I will grant it this. It looks more fun. It looks like a Ghostbusters adventure. It looks like, it's a little weird that it's like a monster of the week. I know that they did that in the first two, but just Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 was more kind of in line with the tone of those movies. To give it a subtitle like Frozen Waffles is like, I don't know, to me, I also don't like that, but I do like that it's just, now they're the Ghostbusters, now they're in New York City, now they're doing what Ghostbusters do. It's just a Ghostbusters movie. It's got Kumail in it, it's got Patton Oswalt. I'm going to give it my best shot. Maybe I'll have some fun. So you may or may not see me again if I pop back in. If you don't, thanks for watching. And if you do, stay tuned. But for now, Josh out.
It was fine.